Hi guys, Freak Frushka here. So we're here with Gerald, a good friend of mine who we don't get to see a lot of time because we're away in London. He's got a very unique aspect on the game. He likes to have a lot of fun with some very interesting decks. And as a small little treat, because of he's just coming from London, we're going to have a look at one of his old school favourite decks. This is one of the decks he started off playing with and when he came back into the game. And I played a bit for a while as well. So take it away, Gerald.
Well, the first card, which is quite an important card, is Pendulum Sorcerer here. He's quite key when you Pendulum Summon him and he destroys your scales. You can quite easily search off more scales and more cards to throw into the extra deck.
Yep.
The main aim of this deck is to basically fill up the extra deck as quickly as you can, and then in one turn Pendulum Summon everything and OTK them.
Yep.
One of the high scales, which is quite a fun one, is Unicorn. He's also quite good in the long run if you want to normal summon him and gain life points. He's really good in that aspect.
So say if you go to time, you can cheekily snatch some life points?
Yes,
like
exactly. The biggest you can get is 2,500 life points.
Yeah.
One of the low scales, quite an important one here, is Gongato. Every time, once per turn, a direct attack can be reduced to 0. So he's great for stalling. One of the unique techniques it's got for stalling.
Oh yeah, I was playing against this deck the other day, testing my actual meta like pendulum deck, and I just couldn't swing for game because every 5 minutes, but like, no, you take no damage. Nope, your things become 0 attack. Just no. It's a really gimmicky but fun deck.
So one of it's a lot of draw power in this thing to get as much out. So we've got Lizard Draw and Guitar Tool there. Great combo for drawing and cycling through your deck as quickly as you can.
So usually this is what you search off the Pendulum Sorcerer, isn't it? Because you search them both, activate one, activate the other, you get to draw 2 cards, basically, the combo is?
Yes, exactly that one.
And still fill up your extra deck.
Second Donkey here is a great one because it's an immediate out to get this one out.
Sleight hand.
Sleight hand, yeah. So as you summon it, if you've got 2 scales, you add Sleight Hand, and then from Sleight Hand's effect is you tribute Second Donkey to summon himself.
And Sleight Hand is like, it's like, for those who know Spellbook, like the Priestess, you pop cards, don't you, basically?
Yes, so you discard one to pop a card. Great for baiting up negates as well.
Yep, and it's level 7.
Yes, and it's level 7. One of the end boards cards is Phoenix. So as you swing with Phoenix for a monster, and you tribute it to boost another monster by 1,000, so that's great for an end board there.
Yep.
Really fun card to play in the scale is Seal Eel.
So I remember this being a tech in other Pendulum decks because it is like an MST, isn't it? Or
yes, it's a monster negate.
Oh yeah.
Negate the effects of a monster.
And it can't. The monster you target cannot be responded with this effect, isn't it? It can't be responded to this effect, is it?
Possibly. Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Yes, it's just you can't. If monster has its effects negated, great for baiting up negates again. One of my favourite tech pieces is this card. As you summon it, they lose 600 of all opponent's monsters.
Can we appreciate that art, guys?
And then every special summon after that, they lose 600 again. So it's great for just lowering the attack of big monsters and getting them off the field.
So it's just not 1%, it's every time you special, they lose 600.
Yes, exactly.
Which is a lot, if you think about it.
So you summon him, and then you Pendulum Summon, and then you Link Summon, and next thing you know, they've all got 0 attack.
Yep.
King Bear is key to the end game. He's great because he gains 100 attack for every Performapal card on the field. So he starts at 2-2, and next thing you know, he's at 3k, and he's a really big beat stick.
Yep.
He also can't be destroyed by card effects and attack positions. That's a good strong card there. And the last one is the Ashen Odd-Eyes card, which is Pendulum Dragon.
So you're playing the one Odd-Eyes Pendulum Dragon?
The one Odd-Eyes Pendulum Dragon. This isn't a key to the deck itself, but it's great for getting Vortex out.
Yeah, so we're not playing Odd-Eyes, we're playing just a one-off. We can search this, can't we, I believe, in this deck?
Yes, it is searchable.
Yeah. So yeah, it's just a fun one-off.
Yeah. So on to the spells. In terms of deck recycle, if you brick your hand, you've got Recasting here. You just discard a card, and then you draw, shuffle your whole hand in and draw the same amount that you discard, that you put back in. It's great for recycling your hand.
So it's like a mulligan, basically. Can you search that, I believe?
I can't search it, no.
Search it. Okay.
Some more stall. We've got Illusion Balloons. So in their battle phase, when they destroy a monster, you play Illusion Balloons, excavate 5 cards, and then special a monster.
Nice.
So it's great for just refilling the field again.
So it's basically like a 1-for-1 trade. Like your opponent attacks, destroys a monster, you get summon another one, which still means you'll have players next turn are still alive and things like that.
Yes, exactly. It also like gets off the summon effects of monsters.
Swordfish.
Yep, swordfish. Bubble barrier is great for protection because it gives all of your monsters a second life. So it just means they need twice as many attacks to break your board.
So I think you had Bubble Barrier, Gongatu, and one of your trap cards, which mean basically I attacked, all your things had 2 lives, effectively. I had to try them twice. When I did attack you directly, you took no damage. And when I did attack you again, when you took damage, you summoned another from deck. And it was like, I can't kill you.
Yes, that's exactly what this whole deck is about. I've got Hurricane in here, which I kind of want to bump up some more because it's an amazing out to like a board. If they build up a big board, you summon some monsters, Hurricane just bounce the whole board back to their hands. So I should put some more in there. This is a great one.
So maybe like because this isn't really a competitive deck. This is for like having a lot of fun at locals or with your friends. I love playing this deck as well because it's a meme deck.
Yes.
Like if you're like planning on doing it competitively, maybe side 3 of those. If you know you're going to go second, like blow out your opponent's board.
Yep, exactly that. Super Hippo Carnival is kind of a surprise because you just like if you've got an empty board and they go, oh, direct attack, you go Hippo Carnival, you summon out Hippo and 4 tokens, and so next thing you know you've got a full board again. So that's quite fun for that. And then for with Odd Eyes Pendulum Dragon, we've got 1 Odd Eyes Fusion in there. Just on the the off chance that you might draw it, you can get Vortex out. It's not a big play, but it's in there.
Yep.
And one of the other searching cards we've got is Duelist Alliance there. It can search off Pendulum Sorcerer or Arc Pendulum if you need to get a Pendulum Dragon out. Onto the trap cards. This is where the most stall happens in the deck. We start off with Call. So it'll stop at direct attack, and then it will add monsters to 2 monsters to your hand with attack defense that is equal to or lower than the attacking monster. So that's great for filling up your hand with materials and stuff like that to put out. Next one is Pinch Helper. This is great because it stops direct attack and summons a monster. So again, you're stalling and you're bringing more monsters out. So it's a lot of fun to use these ones. And then final card for the main deck is Echo Oscillation. In terms of draw power, sometimes your scales can get stuck with cards you don't want. So you use Echo Oscillation to again fill up your extra deck and still drawing more cards. So that's really good for that aspect.
Is it like 40 cards in the main deck, or do we not really know?
40 cards.
40 cards. Nice.
Onto the extra deck now. The extra deck isn't used that much because most of the big board come out from just monsters that were already there. But this is stuff that is usable.
Yep.
So you've got Electromite, a bog standard pendulum card there.
Yep. So we're not really trying to turbo this out. We're not playing like chronograph things like that. We're just if we have 2 pendulums on board and we have scales and we haven't pendulum summoned, you can like link it away.
Yes, yeah, exactly.
Open up some more zones.
The options are just there.
Yeah.
We've got an Underclock Taker in case you get a monster that's stuck and just can't get off the field. We've got an Underclock Taker there.
So like you said, King Bear becomes like 3 odd K. So you can do Underclock, target King Bear, make something -3K, and then you're wailing on them basically.
Yep, exactly. We've got Phoenix in there as well for back row. And then just some more other ones. We've got Barricade Ball Blocker in there.
So this can add back the trap cards,
Yes, yeah. So this will add all the trap cards, the continuous trap cards back, which are again useful for stalling. We've got Underclock Taker, Proxy Dragon there.
Just more zones.
2 zones there. We've got a Deco Talker in there as well as a Zephyr. So again, we've got more zones. We've got big bodies there to fight with.
Yep.
We've got Topological Trisbana.
It's just a good link 3.
Yep. Apalesia.
Good link 4.
Borrowload. Good. Again, all the big monsters that we can go into if we need to.
Basically, grabbed every big secret rare link that we could. Just this one would do. Shove it in there, but eventually make it pretty much.
Yep. And then if we get our Odd Eyes Fusion, we've got a Vortex in there.
Yep.
We've got Gatling Ghoul, and as we do have quite a handful of level 4s, we do have an Abyss Dweller in there.
Yeah.
So this is all stuff that is, available to us if we want to use it, but not all the time going to be using them.
So yeah, when I was playing against Gerald, he very rarely used any of these. He more just made his Performapal plays stunned a lot, and then like beat me down with king bears while making my attack 0 with swordfish and things like that. And it is like interesting to play against. It's a very different.
It's just a generic monster spam and stall deck.
It's a very different design to normal pendulums. I might mess around with them myself because I do quite like Performapals.
It honestly, it's the most fun thing when you attack and you negate it and then negate that, so you negate the attack again when you reduce it to 0. It's just so fun to watch people's faces.
What would you say they need to be competitive? Obviously, Pepe was a thing. Good old Pepe the deck, but unfortunately that is no longer an option because things like Plush Fire and Joker are banned.
Yeah, to be competitive, they'd need like some bigger boss monsters and like good effect monsters in order to start outing people's boards. Also some more like deck turbos to get through the deck faster.
So the things that are banned, give them back to 3 basically, or at least 1 each.
Yeah, pretty much. Okay. The only problem with that is other link monsters other link pendulum decks take advantage of that.
Better.
To make themselves better.
Yeah, that was our Performapal deck profile. Thank you, Gerald. I'll see you next time.
Yeah, no worries. See you later.